think competent hands has to do with giving the safest level of care to the patients as possible, being on top of what are the new standards, what is the best techniques and practices on a day-to-day basis for the patients, and not just accepting things that as they were when you went through school, keeping up with the practice. And the caring hearts, I think, has to do with not just seeing the patient as a patient, it's seeing the patient as a person with worries and fears and a family, people they love and everything. So trying to get them back into their lives as easily as possible.
Okay, so like Whitney said, I think the competent hands is being able to like put the skills that you learn in nursing school to practice and be able to do them up to the standards that the hospital has put up for us to treat all of our patients like we know how to do. But the caring hearts is something that's, I feel like it's more important to me in nursing, and that's to be a holistic nurse. And what that means is that you don't just treat the nurse, or you don't just treat the patient. As the nurse, you treat the patient. Not just a patient, you don't just tend to their medical needs and health needs, but you also tend into their psychosocial needs, their family needs, and all of that. So for that, we need to not just look at what's wrong with the patient like physically, but we also need to look like maybe what's happening in their life outside of the hospital that we could help with. Because as nurses, like the first thing is we are advocates for our patients. So we want to do what's best for them, not just medically, but also outside of the hospital. So for example, say a patient comes in for a checkup on their kids, but when you see them, they're looking down, they're kind of like just lethargic, and they're answering of questions. So you wanna delve into that further, because that may not just be a physical illness, but it could be like something else within the family. Maybe they need some help with just like financially or anything like that. And I know like a lot of hospitals have case management and social workers on hand that can help with that. So that's something that we as nurses should also like be on the lookout for when we treat our patients.
The competent hands, I believe that is the hands-on care and individualized care. Each patient is different, even though they may have the same diagnosis, they're all different, and it's important to keep your education up to date and be able to make positive changes, and safety for the patient, safety for the employees, safety for everyone in the hospital. That is our role, is to keep things smooth and working. Then the caring heart, I think that is, you have to love your job. Your patients, sometimes they don't want to be there, but you have to be able to say, hey, I'm gonna get you out of here. I'm gonna get you to where you need to be. I'm gonna make you feel better. Things like that. You have to be able to be sentimental and not just get in a routine and get lazy with your job. You always have to show that you care, and each person is an individual and each person is different.